I'm Pam Atherton with the founder of Unleash Your Inner Foodie, DeeAnn McArdle. She's a hostess extraordinaire, and she has some great tips for us for the holidays. So, DeeAnn, give us an idea, first off, what we need to do to have a good event, whether it's a party or a dinner or a cocktail party. Tell us what we need to do.
Well, the first thing, Pam, that you need to do is to really look at it as it's an experience. So what I mean by that is you want to create a memorable experience for your family and friends, one that they're going to talk about when they leave. And not only are they going to talk about the great food, but they're going to talk about how much fun they had, how beautiful your house looked. So it's creating that remarkable or memorable experience that they talk about later, and they just can't wait to get back together.
Well, that's good to know, because some of us are not necessarily very good cooks or chefs, and that's what kind of holds us back is, well, we don't want to do the prepackaged thing from, the store, but we're not a very good chef. So does it really matter if we're not very good at what we do?
Absolutely not. In fact, my very best friend wants to be a foodie but doesn't have a clue how to cook. So here's how their Thanksgivings, for example, go. She calls the local grocery store here in Minneapolis, and she orders an entire dinner to go. And she does this because she's had this for years now and knows that the food is good. Brings it, her husband goes and gets it, brings it home. They put it on beautiful platters, set it on the table. Everybody loves it. But they not only just love the food, they don't care that she didn't make it. She, of course, doesn't share that she didn't make things. Because one thing that she does do is she's a great baker, and so she always bakes a pie. So for her, she's very comfortable in entertaining because she knows that there's one thing that she made, but she doesn't feel guilty buying it because she puts it on her and expresses herself by putting it on her own platter.
Well, and that also gives her more time to spend with the guests. If she was in the kitchen trying to cook and following the recipes and everything, she may not have enough time to spend with the actual guests.
Absolutely. And if you want to create that experience for your family, it's all the little details that really matter. Those little details might seem totally effortless to us when we're entertaining, but it's a big deal to your guests.
Well, and that could be something as simple as the kind of music you have going in the background, or if you've got, candles or something. That kind of adds to it, doesn't it?
You bet, absolutely. And that's exactly what I mean, Pam, by the little details. Make sure you've got some kind of music going. Make sure that you greet them when they come to the door and that you're not harried, and you let them know how happy you are that they're there. I mean, that you need to make your guests feel comfortable, so they'll volunteer to help you, or they'll keep the conversation going when you do have to run in and put something on the platter.
And I know, when I work with Goops, which is the children's book company, and last year we talked about tips to make it easier for kids at the holidays, and one of those things is to involve the kids in the experience so it becomes an experience to them as well. Maybe they can make the place cards, something you may not have time for or wouldn't think of, but let the kids use their creativity to do that.
You bet, and that's so important, because by doing that, that's creating that experience that those kids are going to remember and the rest of the family will remember. So years from now, years later, they're going to think back and remember, or even save those place cards. Remember when, Kevin made this little place card, or remember when DeeAnn made that red Jell-O and she decorated it with the marshmallows. I mean, it's a great thing.
One of the ideas that I always suggest, especially if you have the children there and their children from different families, is get some of the disposable cameras and let the kids kind of keep a scrapbook, if you will, of what's going on, and then everybody gets to look at it later and enjoy it, and the kids feel like they've made a major contribution.
You bet. Oh, I love it. That's so great. Then they're not off playing games or on their Wii game or sitting with their headphones plugged in. Absolutely, they need to be a part of it. That's a great way to do it.
Well, they're more involved, and that's really, isn't that the memory that we all come back with? Is remember, like you said, remember that year that DeeAnn made the red Jell-O, blah blah blah, and there's a picture of it.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, DeeAnn McArdle, I know you have lots more in store for us coming up, and we'll be talking about those entertaining tips. DeeAnn McArdle, UnleashYourInnerFoodie.com. We'll be talking with her again soon. Thanks for being with us.